Huh, okay. I haven't really spotted any new recruits. I even checked again, but you know how it is. YouTube doesn't really tell me all the comments all the time, so occasionally I go over the first post again just in order to see if a new recruit has been spotted, but nope, not today, huh? Not today. Okay, then, let's see. Haru! Haru, my girl! You want to return! Haru is back! Oh god, my mage is back! But the hair color is all wrong. You have to be white hair and a mage with cat ears. Okay, let's change up her appearance a little bit in order to make that happen, shall we? So, okay, that is pretty much the best I could do. It doesn't really seem like there are a lot of options for me to turn the hair as white as possible, but it's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. It doesn't really seem like there's any type of back hair completely white at all. So, yeah. I'm just going to stick with the slightly spiked hair. Usually her hair would be a little bit longer than that, but it's fine. I guess that happens if you travel across worlds and games. My magician, my atomic bombs in most of my games, obliterating every boss in sight. Oh, I'm gonna love that girl. I'm totally going to love this girl. Okay, since I have so many points, mandatory buffs are going to be increased to 2 each. There you go. You can actually help out Lapus as well with the woodsman. I guess, technically speaking, you could help him out. But we'll see about that. First and foremost, we have to take care of the new guys. So we have 2 new guys. I should probably hire 1 more person. And that is Angelina. Okay. Almost seems like Angela with "in" included into the name. Looks a bit bored as heck, but yeah, sure, why not? There you go. Everything gets the extra stats. There you have it, Angela. I mean Angelina. God, I'm gonna mix up those names. Okay, I should probably swap them over though. Yeah, Batman is already level 5. He doesn't really have to be in the training department anymore. I'm going to move him over to the central command team. You can stick together with HARU. Angela might want to come over to the trainings department since she kind of needs that. We have 2 guys. She's going to help Lapus with the golem. She might also want to spend some time with her. The coffee's pretty much done already. Which means maybe I'm going to bring Cinnamon over. But then again, Cinnamon has to level up with the frequency. Nathan is going to level up with Freischütz probably, because Winfield is already level 4. I can also level him up with Schadenfreude if I want to. That's also a possibility. And I need to get the gift thing from the Fragment of the Universe. I always forget this name. It is the sound. It's not the sound. It has music notes everywhere, but it is the fragment of the universe, not the sound of the universe. I'm always mixing them up. Okay, what was I? Alright. Maximus should be able to handle everything around here. Doesn't really seem like she's going to do anything special if I ignore her. But I have to make sure that I always get 14. And I still need to grab at least those 2 boxes. And I need to remember that I haven't read any stories for a very long time, so I need to keep that in mind as well, because I would really love to read Red's story. And maybe that guy, because he actually is a pain. I would really love to know if it's a pain in his lore as well. Okay then, I think with that we're ready. That is almost done as well. So that means for today the only thing I have to worry about is getting the information from those guys. And targeting level 7. But that shouldn't be so bad, right? Yeah, that shouldn't be so bad. Now then, Where are the new guys? So that whole thing got expanded. That's good. Oh, great! Ah! What the hell is that? That is... those are gun wounds. He has 2 mouths, rainbow-colored tongues. Is that the injection? Grape? Is that supposed to be the grapefruit-flavored juice that they were talking about? Is that it? Maybe. Or is it that thing? Is it for that thing? Are those faces? And hanging hands. Okay, I picked up some very strange things. So much for being a heart department, huh? No way. No way we have some weird things. And I also have a shield now. The black shield. Which I can select with B, I guess? Probably. Nevertheless, first and foremost, what did I say? Nathan is going to level up his prudence in today's part, which means he's going to be back on train duty. You need to level up your repression. Never mind. Nathan is going to be busy, so he doesn't have time to level up his repression. Which means Winfield is able to try to get his pipe after all. But again, before I get too deep into that, I have to figure out what is up with them. Okay. Do I want to have Maxwell down here? I think it would be wise to bring Maxwell down here just in case. And where's my Maxime? Here's my Maxime. Please come down as well. And seems like I mixed up Maxime and Maxwell, since Maxime was the one who got the fairy glove, right? She actually has quite a lot of stuff now that I look at this. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's go back into the positions. I'm going to speed it up a bit so that they are able to reach their spots. So let's see. You are going to stick around here so that I have an easier time selecting you. Please go to the train. Okay, so let's see. You might like stuff. I'm probably going to send over Maxwell. So, attachment? Her prudence isn't really that high. Need to level that up as well. Need to send her over the red. And then that guy. I guess we're going to do double attachment so that I know if attachment works or not for both of them, huh? Okay, Maxime. Let's do the thing. In the meantime, I'm going to allow probably HARU. I forgot to equip them. Okay, it's already screwed up. I should have equipped it. Oh, that always happens. It's fine. It's fine. Instinct, Lapus, attachment, mint. Well, if you don't have any equipment, HARU, you have to go up to the safe zone that is called training or at a central command. Okay? Okay. So let's see what is going on with them. And I also need to keep in mind with the train. Let's never forget that. It's forbidden to be forgotten. Okay. So that seems to work out nicely. What is essential is visible to the eye. Dreams of those running outside of the facilities is totally free. A freedom. A total freedom. Okay. So attachment seems to work out nicely. For both of them. He's doing black damage. Okay, that was a good result. Oh no! Oh no! You're already at the same level as her! Okay. 18 and 16, right? Yeah. So attachment worked already. That means I need management guidelines. When an employee, copper, panicked during the work, the cliff and counter got lowered. So you have to be mindful of their panic status. Don't really have enough boxes for anything else? What about you? The cliff encounter decreased after 3 non-inside work were performed in a row. 3 non-inside work. So I have to do inside after 2 works of attachment, I guess. Okay. Employee who worked with 0466 had a chance of being infected by spores. Send them to work with other abnormalities regularly to counteract complete infection. So I'm going to swap them over. So that means Maxime is going to work with the other guy now, and Maxwell is going to work with him. Okay, that's good to know. When the work result was bad, the cliff encounter is lowered. Well, I don't have to worry about that, because it was good for both of them. Okay, that means I can do attachment with Maxime next, and attachment with Maxwell after that. And then I'm just going to keep in mind to change it up later. And then it should be fine. Now I need to trigger the next meltdown, otherwise I'm going to have some issues. I also need to trigger the train. It's already on the 3rd light. That's not a good thing. Repression work for... Where's my wind field? There he is. Who needs? You need. Granny's already angry, but that's fine. You have to get over to the statics. Since you still need more justice. It's going to be fine as well. Technically speaking, I could send you over to Schadenfreude in order to work with your repression, but I think inside might be better. Okay. Already a bit worse, but only a bit. Should be a normal result. Yeah. Hey, another good one! Good, good. Are you guys infected now? Both of them? Maybe. It's so hard to tell. Okay, not quite enough to see all informations, but that's fine. When an employee with temperance level 1 finishes their work, the Quillifim counter is lowered. Well, don't worry about a thing. All of my guys love temperance by such an amount, I have much more difficulties dealing with that guy because of it than anything else around here. You don't need to worry about a thing about that. Okay, then we have Manson, who constantly worked with 0466, showed sign of acute pain in the containment unit. After that, tissue similar to 0466 emerged in their body, and Mason began to transform to 0466-1. So it's going to infect you and probably turn you into a mushroom, a clone of itself. I see. 0466 attracted an employee to its containment unit when the Quillifim counter hits 0. When the lured employees enter the containment unit, the same phenomenon as described previously occur, so they also get infected. When the result... Oh god, is that a long thing? Wait. Up. When suppressed, 04661. Please pay attention to the spores that are released from its body upon death. Those spores will cause sustainable mental damage, and employees who panic from the spores may attempt to enter 00466 containment unit, which should be immediately stopped. So, my infected guys are going to infect other guys. And that's going to spread. That means I have to be very careful who I'm going to send in there. I mean, it's kind of expected if you look at it. It's a giant flower with human faces, mushroom finger hands. And it's not really my thing. It's not really my thing. I need to get more information though in order to see the counter. Can I still ignore you? Snow White Apple? I guess I can, right? Actually speaking, I might want to send over Maxime for a little bit of repression work. Since I also need to get more boxes for her final observation level. In order to see which type of weapon she has. That is also going to activate our counter, so I need to keep that in mind. Nathan is almost done, that's good. Please activate the train next. Wasn't really a good result, but it doesn't really have to be. Anything else? Not really. Okay, Bong Bong, would you be so kind? Haru isn't really able to tank that. But at the very least... yeah. Ruby, please take care of that. Schadenfreude wants to be repressed. That's fine. I'm going to send over my Nathan. Then, of course, we're going to send over Winfield in order to see if he can finally get his pipe. That takes a while. Of course, she needs attention, but that's fine. I already sent over Maxime. The mushroom has to be inside now, right? Yeah. And I swapped over with Maxwell, which means now Maxime has to return to him. Kinda. Maxime has to return to him now. Oh, this is going to mess up. That's going to mess up. I'm totally going to mess this up. Sooner or later. Hey Wanda, would you be so kind to take care of the train for a second? Seems like Nathan still needs a bit. Actually speaking, did I accidentally watch it? I don't think so, right? Good that the facility is getting bigger and bigger. Imagine if I didn't pay attention to that and accidentally releases my freakish Schadenfreude just by casually... Are you freaking... Okay, wait. Bong Bong, I'm sorry. I wasted your sacrifice. I didn't pay attention to that. We got a good result down there though. And over here as well. So that's good. I'm specifically going to wait for the granny now. So that Haru is able to get some attachment work going. There you go, Haru. Do your thing. It was a good result. That means I get the final rewards. Which is a green stem. Black damage, 8 to 6, fast, medium. So I guess that's going to be a spear. Which is going to be boosted to 5, which means 13 to 21. That is actually kind of strong, right? It's not like it's going to do... Actually, it wouldn't do any damage against her. Immune. Huh. I should have sent Batman over there then. He wasn't able to help at all. Okay. Good to know. So, next we're going to do some inside work with Maxime. Attachment work with Maxwell. That's going to take care of them. Then we're going to do more instinct work with Lapus. More attachment work for Mint. Nathan, how does it look? You're already kind of damaged. The train requires some attachment or attention. Then you can move over to red in order to boost up your inside by a little bit. Winfield is already done, that's fine. Did you get the pipe, Winfield? You didn't get the pipe. 5%, everyone. 5%. Okay, let's see. Still seems to be fine. Oh, he hates inside. Clowns of the beginning! Ah, great! Please take care of that thing. Oh, shoot! Shouldn't have sent so many guys over then, huh? Ruby? Bite. Bonbon? Go over here. Chris? How about over there? Where else? You two? Wanda? How about? Medenzo? Kick a spot? Cinnamon? How about as well? We do not want to have the wolf release, that's for sure. Is he going over to that side? Oh! Maxwell's already done. Perfect. Stop that guy. You start working on that thing. Okay, it's fine. Help him out. Or maybe rather, doesn't really seem like there's anything over there. Please kill that guy. Then we need to keep the train busy. You two. Clown. If he's going to release the static, we're going to have some issues around here. We're going to have even more issues if he's going to release that thing. He actually did, in fact, release that thing. Great! My most enjoyable thing of all. Where's she? Hey, Red! Do you have time? Do you have time, Red? There. Go for it. It's expensive, but I kind of have to. Kind of have to. She's really strong. I don't want to play around with her. If I can help it. The thing is still alive! What are you just doing? Get it! He's about to release the thing! And now he's gone. But he's still alive. I didn't get the win message yet. Kick a spot. Help him out. It's the last one, right? Yeah. There we go! Stop powerful hammer attack! Okay, everyone is outside of the corridors, right? Yes. Which is a good thing, because she's going to hurt a lot on everyone. Right, how's it going? Are you taking care of her? It's going to cover everything. Okay. Well, I'm just going to allow Red to play with her a little bit more. We have to go for the finisher though. We're already on level 3. We might actually fail our very first mission. Just because of her. And the clouds! Of all things! Could you match that? Okay. 15. Can I get the last information, please? The pool of liquids that perfuse certain section of the facility with T0271 escaped drastically inhibits the movement of employees and deal red damage over time. However, the employees' SP healed over time as well. Interesting. Okay, I need some good resource around here. Lapus, do some work. Catchment work for the wolf. It's already busy. Oppression work for Winfield. There you go. Probably only going to do things that give me a lot of points. A lot of points. While Red is playing with her. I don't think the vines are going to do damage, right? It's just going to slow down my movement. Which is still going to be slightly annoying. Actually, you two, you can help out, right? Oh, never mind. Get out. I'm not entirely sure if Red's gun are going to attack them. But I should be able to help them like this. Out, 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 out. Also train? Train is fine. Nathan, please. Also going over there? Fine. Okay. Well, thank you, Reds. Thank you very much. That helped me out quite nicely. And you calmed down. Great. Great job, Red. Great job. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. How about some inside work for Nathan? No, wait, it's already red. Never mind. Let's leave it like this. Already red as well. Well, Maxime, do you want to repress her for a second? She caused some issues. She needs some repression work, right? She totally needs some repression work. Maxwell, please come back to the recovery zone. Not entirely sure about the countdowns yet, since we did get some normal results around here. Nobody died though, so that's good. I forgot to use my shields. I could have used my shields for those two, in order to help out with the apple, right? I could have done that. Maybe I didn't need to spend my 100 points. Maybe. How about some inside work for Ruben? No, right? Nah. Repression work for Cinnamon. Attachment work for Cedric to see if he gets the brooch. Repression work for Winfield because it still doesn't have the pipe. Instinct work for... well, they already have Max pretty much. How about a little bit more for Medenza? She could need that. It's always good to have her with more HP. And that should trigger the red moon. Right? Still one more. Yeah, that should technically trigger the red moon. Rather, the next one I'm going to select is going to trigger the red moon. But the red moon isn't so bad. It is going to summon more clowns though. And if they're actually going to release that freakish apple again, it's going to cause some issues. Oh wait. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it does some damage. It just slows them down. Because they have to wait, or rather they have to walk their way through it. Okay. That's good result. That was normal result. You like that as well, right? But then just stick around. That's fine. Okay. Well then. Repression work for Winfield. Come on, get your pipe. Once you have your pipe, you're free to do whatever you want. Okay, where is this? Oh, you're here! Oh, that's perfect! That is actually perfect! Maxwell, get ready. You, and then, you two, come along. I don't think they're going to need your help, but actually speaking, never mind. Never mind, you're going to just stick around. They might not even need your help. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. They don't really need the help. I am going to send Ruby to the Central Command though. Or rather, not Central Command, to the Information Center, since it gets close over there. Rather, since he's going to be much, much closer over there. Okay. How's it going, Maxwell? You can beat that guy all on your own, right? But you don't have to, because Xena's here as well. Actually speaking, how much damage do they do? Fine. You know what? Fight in the recovery square. You two, go over there. Then he's gonna enter it. Okay, I didn't expect him to go over there. That's kind of a bummer. Attack. You two. Up. You two. Attack. Come on. Oh no. You two! No! No! Bad one. Don't you dare. Don't you dare fight against that. Okay. Go up. And he's turning around. Okay. So where are the other guys? No! 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 No, you don't! You freaking don't! You're not going to release her again. Screw that. You can release anything else, but not that. Not that. I already had to spend so many points for her. What are you doing? Run over there. Freaking hell! That stupid clown! And Medenza died! No, I have to run in. I have to try anyway. It's always Medenza, right? It's always Medenza dying. How did she even die? Where did she even die? Ah, it was probably because of the explosion, right? She wasn't free yet. Has been thrown into panic. She went crazy. It wasn't you, Winfield, right? I think it was you, Winfield. You shouldn't have done that, Winfield. At least you didn't have the pipe. If you had the pipe, that could have caused some issues. Because the retry is going to take it away. It's always the freaking gun. It is always the gun. It wasn't even the clown. It was the freaking gun. Okay, well at least it seems like it's manageable. I just need a babysitter for the apple. Because the clowns really love to release her. And she escapes so quickly. So freaking quickly. Anyways, I'm just going to repeat pretty much everything that we have done already. Wait. No. No, there's one thing I'm not going to repeat. That I haven't realized until I clicked the start button. But I am going to equip my new guys. I am going to give them clothes. They're not going to run around naked. Screw that. Screw that. But yeah, again, I see you in a bit. I'm just going to fix some stuff around here. Okay? Okay. So actually, I wanted to cut back in once we are back to pretty much equivalent counter 4 or maybe 6. Or when we had all the information back that we lost. But there's actually one thing, something very, very interesting that I just figured out that actually forced me to reset once again. You do know how those items over here, those literal rooms, yeah, those rooms, they don't do anything most of the time, they doesn't even provide any damage or hurtful in any way, yeah, those innocent little rooms that do nothing but standing around, draining my energy every here and there. Well, here's something very interesting. Look at this. I'm going to order her to enter that room. There was a meltdown. I didn't see that the fairies were still on her. They ate my meltdowns because of the shelter. Instantly, if you select anything with them, if the fairies are attached, they die. They don't even have an idea or a clue yet that they're actually about to enter something else, but no! Oh my god. Anyways, that was actually all that I wanted to show. That's ridiculous. That ruined everything. I was so close. I almost had it. I even swapped my tactic. And I'm just going to send over one of them to work with one of them at a time so that I don't end up confusing them. I had the rhythm going. I even equipped everyone. Haru was able to do some work with that guy. Lapus and Haru work together. And now everything's gone. God. Anyways, see you in a bit. So, okay, back to Quillipham Counter level 4. As you can see, we have pretty much all the energy. This time around, I didn't had any type of clown ordeal. Instead, we have hunger. And yeah, let's just say, I let them run a little bit wild. As you can see, over there are corpses. Here are corpses. I don't think I have many clerks left, actually. Yeah, most of them seem kind of dead. Most of them seem kind. There are still a few of them hanging around over here, but most of them are kind of dead. So yeah, that happened. At least we didn't have any accidents with the apple, and I was still able to get pretty much all the information back, so that's good. I also started working on them a little bit more. Instead of going for the guidelines, I decided to go for the escape informations and their name. Because having just the numbers is a bit weird to address them, right? Especially since that thing is actually called a dream current. Okay, a dreaming current. That is something I would totally guess if I see that in front of me. And of course we also have the giant mushroom chunk. I think, yeah, that was already announced in the description over here. Didn't really expect it to be that name, but at least now we know it, right? At least now we know it. Now, as you can see, I specifically decided to swap it around. In order to work with those two, I decided to assign Maxwell most of the time and then just let her swap between both of them. Working with inside and attachment and back to inside and attachment. Always around -4, maybe -8%. I was really careful about that. Especially since I'm not entirely sure what that mushroom thing is going on about. You know how it is, right? You know how it... Wait, what? Wait, I thought you like attachment? That was just common? I could have done instinct? Well, that's good to know, but you probably don't really like inside, right? I always get bad results if I try to go for inside. And also, by unlocking those informations, look at this! Look at this! Is that cool? It's deep blue. There are some faces on the legs, but the coat is kind of cool, right? Look at that coat! Sure, it has a black weakness, which isn't really good against that guy himself, but another red endurance, another better white endurance, and some pale endurance. That's good. And would you look at that? I think that's the same effect as the fairies, just without the instant death ability. I don't need to do the fairies anymore. But then again, I'm not entirely sure if I like the design over the fairy ones. It's just literally a light blue glowing hand. But I don't want to accidentally kill my guys again just because I clicked a little bit too fast, you know? I don't really want to do that, and I don't think... Yeah, I haven't really unlocked anything over here yet. But... it's fine. It's fine. Let me just quickly see. Who worked with that mushroom chunk the last time? And how's the train? The train is still on 2, okay. Mushroom chunk. Fragment of the Universe, Snow White. The Woodman, Leticia. Maxwell did attachment work with the mushroom chunk. That means next she has to do more work on the current. Since Maxime did work with the apple. Okay, because sometimes that's something I like to do is let her work with one of them. If the equivalent counter gets higher and higher to the meltdown counter. It's just a preemptive measure. I don't really want to waste the reset on them, since I kind of need their informations, right? I kind of need their informations. Oh, and the best part about all of this, look at this. He has it. It's free. He no longer needs to work on Frei. He no longer needs to work on Freischütze. Look how crazy that guy is. He wants to steal his pipe, but I really wouldn't dare. Imagine, he has the strongest gun around here. He's literally about to kill you if you do anything funny, okay? And yeah, as you can see, Mint is also here. Since Wanda still needs a little bit of attachment work, I decided to swap him over here. Since she's really good with attachment work. And since Mint's HP is still a bit lacking, I decided to give her a little bit of work with the Forsaken Murderer. I mean, Forsaken Murderer is the best HP teacher around, so wouldn't really be so bad to have that, right? Wouldn't really be so bad to have that around. Okay, Maxwell's already on the way. Oh, by the way, you know how I said they both like attachment? Neither of them like attachment. It just seems like it is a good result, but in actuality, it seems like they don't really care about attachment at all. Kind of funny, right? Kind of funny. Oh, by the way, Leticia, can I? Yes, thank you. Really need that outfit. Can I also craft something over here? Lots of outfits. Not entirely sure about the weapon yet, but I need the outfits. I have more and more guys around here. I need all the equipment that I can get. Especially this one. I can make 3. Oh, yes! Yes! We're going to have a blue squad around here. I can't wait. Okay. Well, that could have been worse. Maxwell, or rather Maxime, are you already on the way? Look how fast she is. Crazy. But now Maxwell has to recover. Actually speaking, never mind. You're going to do attachment work on it, I think. And then Maxwell is going to do attachment work on that thing. Doesn't have that much SP. Okay, you can wait a little bit longer. Wait a little bit longer. Move closer. How's it going with the train? Still fine. Okay, then you enter the dream current with attachment, and that's going to stop him as well. That was a normal result, but that's fine. At least Nathan was free again. Good results on Freischütze, that's good. I'm actually going to wait for 4 lights, so that I'm able to recover pretty much anyone. The book is going to drain some energy, but that's fine. Still 4 lights. Come on. Just 1 more. Give me a little bit more. There we go. Come on, Nathan. Do your thing. Perfect. So, is it going to be enough to buy everything? Probably not. I am going to get another boost though for this set. But I still need 7, 14, 21 boxes. You can do one more work on the curtain. Or curtain. It's not going to be enough energy in order to get everything, but at the very least, we're getting very, very close to it. Going. Ethan, please keep tap on the train. Bong Bong is already done. That's good. That's another good result on the apple. Good result over here as well. That's good. I'm able to buy pretty much everything over here. That's also good. So, oh, he got renamed. So the little prince is done. And the curtain is also done. Perfect. Okay. With that, I think everyone is done as well. I don't need to worry. I don't need to wait for anyone either. Well then, let's get out of here. So, mission cleared. Maxwell was able to level up her prudence all the way to 60. That's good. Sedgwick was able to level up her temperance to 96. I don't think she got the heart yet, but that's fine. Mel Denzer was able to level up her fortitude a little bit further to 70. Wasn't really able to get the glove, but that's fine. She already died twice to the fairies. Shao was able to level up to 5 with fortitude 79. Impressive, that 1 point was enough to boost him to level 5. Bong Bong was able to level up her just a little bit. I guess for the next couple of days, you're probably going to spend a lot of time with Schadenfreude, huh? Seems like it. Then we also have Nathan. Prudence level 58. Wasn't really able to do that much Red Riding Hood work, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Now Wonder Ark was able to level up his Temperance all the way to 81. And his Justice to 24. I'm probably going to start sending you over to Schadenfreude as well. And once Bong Bong is already on level 3, that means I can technically send her over to Freischütze, which means you are going to go to Freischütze, Wonder Ark is going to go to Schadenfreude, Cinnamon could also go to Schadenfreude, is probably going to head over to something with SP, or maybe HP. Probably HP. HP is very important around here. All the way to level 4, that's good. Ah, we have another 69. Cool, Winfield. Got the pipe, 69. And Justice, movement speed to 87. Faster and faster. Then of course Mint was able to get 20 point on HP, that's good. That's going to allow you to survive a little bit easier around here. Maxime was able to level up her Prudence to 52. Temperance to 68. Oh, Maxime, you almost got it. Just 1 more point. Oh, Lapus, really? 2 points? At least you were able to level up your fortitude to 4, and you're over level to 4 as well. Oh my god, you almost reached the maximum level, right? Because so far, I mean, she's pretty much almost done. Everything to 5. Cedric's already everything to 5. Unless, of course, there's some way to level them up to level 6. I would almost say that's the maximum level. Crazy. Okay, where's it? Mint Coffee, Maxime, Lapus. Then we have Angelina. Level 3, 44, that's good. That's a good start. Temperance, 37. I kind of messed up with the granny. And of course, Batman, Temperance, 77. Good job. Good job. And I don't think I did anything with Ruby. At least I wasn't able to see him on the list. Maybe there is a limitation on how many people can be viewed through this. Maybe his improvement was so little that it just didn't show up in here. Could be, right? Could be. Anyways, nothing happened. Everything was calm. Nobody escaped. Let's get out of here, shall we? Proceed to the next day. Okay. Can I pick another set? Can I? Yes. Okay. Let's see. First and foremost, we have its scale could never neglect the weight of even the smallest sin. Sadness says, be gone, pass away, but greed seeks eternity, seeks deep, deep eternity. Whoa! That's a big font. What? Please eat my dreams. How about no? Huh? How about no? Why would you want that? Unless you have a nightmare. But I don't want to eat nightmares. Okay, so we have a scale that never neglects weight of even the smallest sin. And sadness says, be gone, pass away, but greed seeks eternity. Seeks deep, deep eternity. Well, that's a good question. Sadness. And we have another sin. Another one was a curse, but a blessing. The scale. Oh, you know what? Let's pick the scale. We need a little bit of balance around here. The final chapter ends with the phrase born again. I think that was also selectable in the last bunch of abnormalities that I was able to pick. And the prayer. Oh, the despair guy is back. Eventually. Oh, wait. That's also a repeat, right? Eventually, intelligent lose all meaning as they forget how they even exist. Okay. Let's see. Intelligence. Born again. Prayer, despair. I mean, I have been avoiding you for a very long time because I have the Book of Truth. You know what? Sure. Why not? Why not? It's impossible to tell which one's bad, so let's just go for gut feeling again. Now, did you know there's a cactus on your chaotic mess of a desk? How do you know that my desk is a mess? It seems that an employee who wanted to become more intimate with you put it there. Oh. If I were to give my personal input, I don't like cacti as much. There could be various reasons for one to grow a plant. However, its vicious thorns are not something worth enduring, like those of a rose, as it's not pleasing to the sight, nor does it produce valuable sap like a maple tree. I've also never seen one grow a flower bud, but it is possible, some of them do, and it's actually kind of a beautiful sight. Theoretically, it would bloom in the right environment. That possibility is something I've never witnessed, as it may be that all cacti I have known spread their roots into barren soils. Do you believe that cactus will bear a flower? I mean, if we take good care of it, it could. I mean, it's tough. You have to be very lucky. I wasn't able to do that with any of mine. But it's possible. You talk as if you've seen it before. Or rather, seen it for yourself. Well, if you're so certain about it, then keep it. This place doesn't even have sunlight. Alright. I don't see windows around here. But who am I to stop you? Hey there, Tiferet. If you're looking for Tiferet, she's still at the middle layer meeting. Huh. I'm bad at holding conversations. I kinda miss the managers who were more talkative at times like this. So you miss the others? Can you talk about them? Hey, there's something I wanted to ask. Have you noticed that someone's memory and emotion bleeds and seep out of us? What? As you've seen, we act angry, feel happy, want things, and look sad, even though we are machines. We even have our own weaknesses. Why is that? What is inside of us? If something is really inside of us, then why? Why make something imperfect, blending weakness? I tried to find the answer, but I really couldn't get it. I'm sure you have that answer. Locked away, somewhere in your memories. Maybe there's a reason why there has to be imperfection. We are machines, yet not machines. Not machines. The air... Wait. The eye color changed? Are you seeing that, Tiberit? Hey! Are you two having fun without me? I don't know. I think we had. Bit. Can you maybe check on him? Her? Please? Tiberit? It's troublesome to have a conversation that is this fun. Oh, Angela's here as well. It appears it is time for another replacement. The circle is getting shorter and shorter. Replacement? But it can be rebuilt anytime we need, right? Well, it is still an asset to the corporation, so I would prefer not to have it go to waste. Tiberit, perhaps we should explain it to the manager first. Huh? Why? I've told you, Tiberit. The human mind is a fragile thing. It's not capable enough to perceive the existence of being like us in our wholeness. I mean, it's not that gross. It's nothing compared to, like, decapitation. Wait, what? Decapitating an employee or slicing open their torso with their guts spilling out? That is totally gross. What are you talking about? Humans are a spectacle to the unknown. The scenes doesn't always have to be graphical to break their minds. There's so much to be mindful of. Why can't they just replace managers with machines? We could simply replace them whenever they try to do something stupid, like how we replaced Tiberit. What? Tiberit. There are things only humans are able to take care of. The founder of the Lobotomy Corporation must have had a reason for assigning a human manager. Well then, off we go to the storage then. That is one of the few locations where the cognitive filter is weakened. I know that place. Tiberit? What are you talking about? It's where we always go during work. I don't mean that. I remember what happened there the last time. You do? That's great. Thank you for helping me, like you always do. Uh-huh. Proving your competence. Number 3. If you take a look at the Seraphim manual, the most capable manager have set records of tremendous efficiency and skill. Do you think you have what it takes to match them and beat it? They lowered my level again. You want me to work faster and faster? Come on, Tiberit, I need time to get the informations. Do you know that I barely was able to get all the informations unlocked from the other two? Huh? I guess she didn't. I guess she didn't notice that. Oh well. Okay. I need to see how much time I have left, because I would really love to read one of the laws. And get the physical shield, because a lot of guys around here like to attack us with physicals. Wasn't really able to use my black shield, but that's fine. And I already went overboard, because I spent so much extra time in the facility. Okay, but I'm still going to read one. I'm just going to shorten it down a bit more, near the end, when I cut back in. Because I really want to read at least one story. Okay? Okay. So, Ritz. What do you have in mind? I'm a pro. If you make a request, then I might help you. I used to be expensive, but I will cut you some slack here, under one condition. Hand that dreadful, cunning bastard over to me if you ever see him. I will hang his head over my bed. Only then can I get up in the morning without having any nightmares. An imposing abnormality, taking the form of a female warrior, with a striking red hood. Her frail hood has initials embroidered into it, unreadable due to the damage the hood has taken. Many patches can be seen on the hood, suggestion that it has been well worn. The According to her own claims, she used to be a mercenary before coming to the facility, wandering around without fixed residence. She does not trust others easily and has an extreme fondness for battle. She is unusually comfortable with part of her face and body being exposed or looking at mirrors. Other numerous symptoms of paranoia have been observed in her behavior. She has a strong desire to resolve emergency situations when they break out. She calls it a request of some kind. Since this behavior consequently helps management, the company recommends putting it to use depending on the situation. The following containment units that employees of every level should note. Employment units that everyone should note. However, when she encounters the big bad wolf, the situation will change drastically. She will undergo several psychological transitions, including sudden depersonalization and intermittent explosive disorder. This encounter will lead to a serious collateral damage, so it is advised to avoid any case where the two may face each other. Between us, there's no victory to be won. All I think about is how I killed that bastard in a way more gruesome and painful than the last time. Thus, there's no toast to raise. There's no delicious baked cake to eat or wine to drink. I got used to grinding the axe instead of picking flowers when I was 15. I guess that was the day when they first met. Oh my god. Oh my god. But in actuality, that line is a lie. If you have the big bad wolf and you can't handle it, or if you have her and you can handle her, get them together. That works like a charm. You just have to give them some space. They're beating each other. Depending who it wins, if it's the wolf, you just beat him down. If it's the red girl, you just leave her alone. She's going to return. It's fine. You don't have to worry about them. Just let them do their thing. Don't try to intervene. Just let them do their thing. Anyways, I hope you guys had fun with today's part. In the next part, we're going to uncover the two other abnormalities and probably start it off with reading one more of those stories. Because I would really love to see what's happening with this guy. Seems to be a short story. Maybe I can even squeeze her story in as well. But more to that in the next part. I hope you guys had fun and see ya then. Bye bye!